Welcome back. Today is day 10 of 12 of our 12 Days of Beauty with BeautyBar.com. And the last 4 days of this series, so 9, 10, 11, and 12, we are covering the essentials to doing your face. So I'm filming all of them at once. I'm going to break them down by day, just because then you can see what it's like to start with a bare face and end with a completed face. I'm very excited about this. But if you watched yesterday's, we covered how to do foundation, how to use concealer, under eye concealer, and powder. And today we are jumping into the basics of contouring. Now, you contour because you are trying to accentuate your cheekbones and have a more chiseled jawline, and we left off yesterday with this exact face. It looks just like this. It's a very blank canvas. I have no color on my face, but I also have no redness. I've covered up all my blemishes, and I'm ready to kind of add back in some definition, which is what I took away. So I took away all my shadows, I took away any definition that I have, and I'm going to contour them back in. There are obviously a lot of ways you can contour. You can do a very heavy contour like drag queens do, or like Kim Kardashian does, or you can do just a very basic everyday contour, something that just helps to kind of redefine your face, which is what we're going to do today. Because once you know the basics, you can jump in and you can do anything after that. So we are today going to be using the Stila 21 brush. This is a blush brush from Stila with a flat head, which is very important when you're contouring. And then we are going to use the Stila Illuminating Liquid Foundation, which is in, what shade is this? This is in 70 watts, which is 3 shades darker than my skin tone. So when you're doing a contouring, you want to find a foundation, a liquid foundation that is about 3 shades darker than you would normally wear. You know, we don't want it to be like, you know, if I use like a really, really dark brown, I could never blend it. No matter how hard I try, there'd be no way I could blend that product in. So find some about 3 shades darker, and then we're going to take our Beauty Blender sponge again, and we're just going to kind of help use that to do the kind of blending in a little bit more. So let's jump right into it. I'm very excited because we're going to make it very basic, something you can learn to do and pick up and kind of implement every single day. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our foundation that's 3 shades darker and pump a little bit on the back of our hand. This is so simple, you guys. Basically all we're going to do is we're going to start up here, we're going to kind of define our hairline, then we're going to move down, suck in our cheeks and kind of blend in right underneath the cheek area, and then we're going to go down and do the same thing with the jaw. We're basically drawing an E, just like that. So I'm going to pick up a little bit on the bottom of my brush, and I'm going to go right along the hairline. A little bit more on. If you don't have this Stila brush, which I think is phenomenal and recommended by the girls at Beauty Department, you just need a great flathead brush will do great. Alright, so you can see I have a lot of dark foundation right here now. So now I'm going to take my Beauty Blender, which is the best, and I've dipped it in water so it's wet, and I'm just going to kind of blend that out. Alright, so you can see I have a little bit more definition right here under these cheekbones than I did before, and again I'm kind of contouring right around the hairline area. That might be a little too much right there. Blending it in. Alright, as you can see there's definitely a difference between this side and this side. So now let's do it on the other side as well. Again, a little bit of pumps. Outline that hairline area. There's my E, nice and simple. And then take my Beauty Blender and just kind of blend it in a little bit. I just do this by doing short taps. It's kind of going over that E shape. And then if you want to do a little bit more contouring right around your nose, on the side of your nose, we can take a little bit more. Oh, I have some left on my hand. Take your concealer brush, and I'm just gonna go from the inner corner of your eye, kind of down right here, down right on the, you know, where you have a shadow. So I'm just gonna kind of try to define that nose area just a little bit more. so that's kind of really the basics of contouring. We're not doing a crazy contour, we're just adding a little bit of adding some dimension right under the cheekbone area. If you don't feel like you have enough, then maybe you need to do a little bit more, maybe you need to use a slightly darker shade. If you don't have a brush, I would highly recommend one, but try it with your fingers. Just do a little bit of dab, 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 and you kind of even blend it in nicely. Now, the next day, tomorrow, you're gonna see that we're gonna do highlighting, and we're gonna kind of walk you through step by step of how we've added back into shadows, and how do we add back in the highlights. And then we'll do our brush and our bronzer, our blush and our bronzer, and that's okay. So if you are the contouring master, leave me a comment. Tell me what I can improve on. I'm just diving into this world of contouring. Obviously, this is the most basic way that you can do a very light contour, but I want to know from you. Tell me what I can do to be better. So leave a comment below. Go over to the blog. Enter to win these same products and this brush. I think you'll absolutely love them as much as I do. And then come back tomorrow so you can learn how to add back in some highlighting to this. All right, thanks so much. See you tomorrow.